doing out there? Get your popcorn ready podcast. It's your host, Hatch, with my boy.
Yeah, I'm the other host.
Okay, my man.
There's no co-host.
There's no co-host. Just two hosts.
Two hosts.
Two hosts with the Moses.
Two hosts
That's great.
with the Moses.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Chris Spencer in the building. What's up, my guy?
Question.
Yes, answer.
Who's faster?
Oh,
Man, come on, Chris.
No. There's two answers to this question.
So let me break
Used
it
to be
down.
faster, and who's faster now?
Right.
Rephrase your
He's the
question.
fastest 50-year-old guy I've ever
First of all,
known.
I'm not 50 just yet.
Right.
But I was faster back in the day in my prime. Yes, absolutely.
When he came out, going
my
to
first-
college,
Did y'all
he
come out the
was
same
fast.
year? No.
No, he
I'm
came out
96.
97.
So whose 40 time was faster?
Mine,
His.
439.
No, his. No, I was 4.63.
You had a 4.6. You had people.
That's at the combine. Then obviously you have pro days,
Right.
Things of that. That's what, some months after
Yeah.
the combine. So
Was that a bad run for you?
was a good run.
4.63? That's terrible.
But
On
it was
combine?
his best, though. It was his best he could do at the time. He just
At
wasn't
that
fast
time.
at that time.
Yeah, because I was playing basketball. I wasn't really training to really play.
Really?
And I was.
Yeah. I didn't really think
You
that I
came
was
out of
gonna-
college.
Yeah, but I didn't think I was going to play at the next level. So it wasn't a priority for me. I was playing basketball my senior year. But the school now, the sports information directors, everybody else, they didn't think I should be playing basketball because they saw a future in football. But me, they saw something that I didn't see. But I'm like, no, I love basketball,
Right.
which you now
Right.
know. I love and have a passion for basketball, not more so than I did for football.
It was
So-
like him going up on Amateur Night on a Cat Comedy show.
Right.
He did well,
Right,
and he
and
just
they're
kept
like-
going.
Crazy.
Great
Right?
analogy. Great analogy.
Thank you.
But yeah, so then, like I said, we had pro days and we had scouts to come in to work us out. Once I went to the Senior Bowl, and then obviously, like I said, got on people's radar, and so they tested.
So what was so great about you at that phase? I guess I am the host. What was so great about you then that they saw? Because if it wasn't, was your hands incredible? You ran great routes?
No, just my physical attributes.
Gotcha.
At that time,
tall.
he was considered a big receiver
Right,
in the NFL.
prototypical type of receivers that were coming out at that time. So again, talking
6'3",
about
210,
Right.
That
fast,
what was in the
athletic.
league at that time. You had your Jerry Rice, your Jake Reeds, your
Chris
your
Carters,
Irvin,
yeah.
your
They're smaller.
Carter, and stuff like that. So again, I progressively got better.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
He
So-
put in the work. He kept going to Amateur Night. They didn't boo him off stage, and he got a chance to.
And you
do
started out, you were a quarterback at first, correct?
I was, at Langston University.
And then did you hate that you became a receiver?
He should have stayed at quarterback. Probably.
I can throw it, but
He
again,
can throw it.
I was.
Yeah,
pretty,
he probably would have had a better career at probably.
I was
quarterback,
still a pretty
'cause
good receiver.
He was terrible at receiver.
I was a pretty good receiver. He had a little bit of better luck than I had. Right? Because it's like, okay, if I put you in at 22, if I put you in Bad Boys, right? You suck as an actor, but you're in Bad Boys,
Right.
You're still gonna be a star, right?
So
he was on a team with Jerry,
Right.
Then they drafted J.J. Stokes, who
Right.
was
No,
supposed,
What school with me? UCLA.
Yeah, they
UCLA,
drafted J.J.
right?
before
Who was
me.
supposed to be the next Jerry Rice,
Right.
J.J. didn't pan out. T.O. took J.J.'s spot and ended up being T.O. My situation was Chris Carter, then they drafted Randy Moss. If Randy was a bust, then I would have played. But Randy was a Hall of Famer, so I didn't play.
You played.
Not like T.O. and Randy, though. You know what I'm saying? So there's your
Even
another
if
analogy.
Randy wasn't there, he wasn't going to be Randy. He would have been a third of Randy.
Wow.
Randy special.
Randy is special.
Right.
So am I.
Let's not forget. I too am special.
You special in a number of other ways.
Number of reasons.
When you left Minnesota, you went to where?
Went to the Jets.
The Jets.
Jets.
Yeah, Jets, Jets. Yeah.
And you were
didn't
you were burned by then.
That was horrible.
Suck,
A horrible
suck.
season.
And then-
sucks for me.
Here's what I think happened to you. You tasted Hollywood too early.
You know what?
Is that what
He
you-
was hanging out with
Don't
us.
give
I've
him
heard
no
that.
reasons to.
I've heard that, but again, I know
Don't
what you
give
meant.
him no reasons.
I had never been to LA before.
He started hanging out with us at 24.
Before I got to the Jets, I never came to LA to hang out, right?
And all these white girls thought he was Will Smith, so it was he was having sex with strangers. And
I was always the cute
was like,
kid.
yo, you got to go back to camp. He's like,
I was always
"For
the
what?"
cute kid.
Why would
I
you-
was signing autographs at 12.
See.
You know what I'm saying? I was kind of used to it.
But LA is different.
LA is crazy different.
Has Will ever had a double, stunt double?
Yeah, there's plenty of them. It depends on
Yeah.
the stunts. Depends on
What about, because your head, dog,
Yeah.
you could have
a lot of people they came up to me and asked me for my
Mistakenly-
autograph, and I thought it was because
you was Matthew Hatchett? They were like, no.
They thought you were
Wow,
Will.
Will
They thought you were
Smith.
Will?
Yeah, especially when he had no facial hair back then. He got the ear.
yeah, and I'm like, yeah, 89.
They're like, who the f*** is Will Hatchett? Matthew Hatchett.
What?
This was
Okay,
Men in
maybe
Black.
they didn't know who I was then.
What?
You know? But again, you've been in LA all
my
back to
life.
you.
Yes.
You've been in LA all your life,
Yes.
right? Comedian, director,
Acting, writer.
everything.
All these things.
What are you?
Like you're
Father,
Okay,
That's
that's your number one title right
you're
now.
a chameleon.
Again,
I'm a hybrid,
you're a hybrid,
right? Actor, writer, producer, director.
Yeah.
And
First time director.
And for a film,
For a
I've done a
film,
film.
right, big
I've
film.
done a few TV series. I've done some videos and some commercials. But this feature that's about to come out
Yeah. In
either
post-production right now.
fall, yes, which is called Back on the Strip, which stars Wesley Snipes, Tiffany Haddish,
Okay.
Faison Love, Gary Owen, Bill Bellamy,
Yes.
JB Smoove,
Yes.
Spence Moore, you might know from All American.
Yes.
Reagan Harris. I mean, the cast is stellar.
So what is this film?
So it's about these male strippers.
Oh, you would have been perfect for this.
Yeah, no, he can't because he's too in shape.
Oh,
Yeah, these are dudes after their prime.
That's
so it's
hilarious.
basically like the full Monty meets Magic Mike.
That's hilarious.
oh, okay.
Right, so it's called Back on the Strip.
Gotcha.
And these guys get back together to help this woman who's losing her hotel in the club that they
So
came
what
up in.
category would this film be under?
This would be a comedy,
A
sir.
straight comedy.
Straight comedy.
Because because you said Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
He just doesn't strike me as the funny.
Well,
of
think
it.
about the last things he's done. Coming to America.
Yes.
It wasn't that funny.
Yeah, but it was considered, it's in the comedy
Got
category.
but it wasn't that funny.
Right.
We go, shout out to Wesley. We need to have him on the show.
Yeah.
He'd be
He
great.
was funny. The movie wasn't
Yeah.
funny.
Right.
And then also Dolomite, he was funny.
Yes, hilarious.
Oh, okay.
So Wesley's.
And he can
his
do
co-
anything. Wesley's a
His
good enough
comedic
actor.
chops
He
are
can-
excellent.
throw
yeah.
him on anything,
He's an
yeah.
actor. He's a real actor.
He's a thespian.
Speaking
He's
of
a
Yes.
thespian.
Yes.
acting, you began your career on
Acting.
Living Color.
Kinda. Not
Okay.
on it. I was around it.
Okay.
Like I did a couple episodes. I was Sean's friend. It was like,
Well,
you
you
know,
were in it.
we
I
should
mean-
get Chris. That's
That
I was
guy.
that dude. We need one more person. There you go, right there.
Right. So
on.
would that be your kind of like?
The Wayans family would be my introduction probably into Hollywood.
Right,
Because
right.
I was on the road opening for Damon. Sean and I were best friends.
Okay.
I did the Six Man with Marlon. I had a late night talk show versus, guess when we probably broke up?
Yeah.
Me and Keenan had a talk
You
show
got
at the
big.
same time.
Right.
And then,
Yes.
you know,
Trying to balance.
I was doing my own thing. And then Afion took my spot in all the Wayans Brothers movies.
Right.
Sub, tap out. Tap him out.
Yeah.
So how was that? How was that introduction into?
It was incredible. It's incredible. I mean, it was the roaring 90s. It was before like this fourth wave of black productions that's, I think, here to stay now. We can
Yes,
admit,
we're here to stay.
Like we've had waves.
We own stuff now.
Yeah, we
can-
own stuff now.
Yes.
So back then there was a lot of black productions going on, and I happened to be a part of a couple of great ones,
Right.
and a lot of them happened to be with the Wayans family.
Right. So I know you, obviously, our introduction was on the basketball court.
Yes.
And so now back then, obviously, you had already done some
Tell me
acting.
about my jumper.
It's better than Hatch's. Yeah, your jumper's better than Hatch.
Stop.
How'd you not really known
Acting.
for your jumper?
I can do everything.
But you're not known for
Now
it.
I am.
Like,
Comedy.
I'm known for my jumper.
You're known for
And that's
not
it.
jumping.
I can't jump.
That's
Y'all
what
was
you're
there when I
known
told. Listen to this.
Yes.
This is
True
ignorance.
story. True story.
Celebrity basketball game, 1998, Mount Miguel High School in San Diego.
San Diego.
Robert Griffith is a good friend of ours. He has a celebrity basketball game. It's this mother. It's him. It's Randy. It's Chris. First of all, I didn't know Chris Carter could jump like that.
Yeah, he was
The
super
first play of the game, Chris Carter gets the ball and jumps from the dot and then leans in and goes, bow. I'm like, oh shit, what kind of game is this? So him and Randy are just trading dunks. Shoo, 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 shoo. And I'm like, I gotta let people know I can do something. There's nothing to do here, right? So there's a celebrity gun. There's a dunk contest for the fans.
At halftime.
At halftime, I was like, here's my chance. I throw the ball up to catch it. I slipped on whatever was on the ground, tore my quad, my left quad and my right quad at the same time.
Never seen that happen in my life.
Nobody's seen it. Even the doctor was like, what page is this shit on? I ain't never seen nobody.
No.
And so I was in the cast for 3 or 4 months.
Yes.
I never saw, I didn't see the cast, but I knew because everybody, once it happened, everybody was like, what did he slip on? Like
himself.
Like what? Everybody's like, well, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. I saw him throw it up, and then I just saw him fall.
Roll on the ground, right.
And I didn't know the extent of it till like later.
Right.
And you were like, yo, bro, I was messed up. And I'm like, what? I'm like, was it that bad?
This whole shit rolled all the way up here.
Dude, and I've never experienced anything like that in my life. But yeah, that was kind of like our
introduction.
And that's
you know, we met before that through Dave Brown.
Yeah, D. Brown. Yeah.
What year were you with the Niners?
96 to 03.
Oh, yeah, so I knew you as soon as... I remember your rookie year, we were in Miami, and...
Shit, I don't remember.
I was driving on Ocean or whatever the street is, and you was walking. I was like, T.O. He was like, oh, what's up? I was like, Dave Brown's free, yeah. You need a ride? Just jump in the car. I drove to his hotel.
Yeah.
I took his wallet, but he still doesn't. I don't think he remembers.
Did. I don't remember that.
Lots of money, folks.
Miami. A lot of things perspired.
We've known each other a long time.
20 plus.
20 plus.
25 plus.
Man, yeah.
Do some math. 96 is what? 26 years.
26 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So man, yeah. So like I said, I knew you obviously comedy, you do acting, writing. What is it that keeps you going? Like, is it for you to do what you do? And like, as you said,
you
were just kind of thrown on to In Living Color. And you were like, okay, I wasn't really acting.
Right.
But me now understanding and following, your career, I've seen you do a number of things. Like I said, obviously writing, Hollywood, husbands, and all this stuff. What is it about you? Because I know the guys that I've been around that's in your space, the comedians or whatever, is it just you're so charismatic, or you were just in LA and you kind of just knew how to maneuver to be who you are?
Right. So you're asking, why do I do it?
Yeah.
Is it the love of the entertainment business?
I'm
or
really
do you want to
good.
be like
I'm really good at it. So,
you have to
so what
be
happened,
good at it.
you kind of, my longevity comes from, first I was doing the acting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when that started to dry up, what's great about why my writing career has been successful is usually if you're friends with somebody, somebody's gonna blow up. Right? So if Jamie Foxx blows up and he's told he's getting the job to host the ESPYs or the MTV Awards, they're gonna give you some white writers. I'm just gonna say it out loud. And then you're gonna be like, that's great for the show, but I want my writers who know my voice, even if they are white, to write for me. So I was always next to a Cedric, next to a Kevin, next to a Mike Epps, next to a Tiffany, next to a Kevin Hart. And so they're gonna be like, that's great, we got these, but I need him, I need Johnny Mac, I need Speedy, I need Buddy Lewis, you know what I mean? So, and then I just kind of became like the head writer because many times I was closer to them or I was better than the other. I was better than the other ones. So,
but again, just so you guys know what we're talking about the difference between being a comedian on stage and then who's that person behind the jokes and the writing, right?
But I get too much credit sometimes in this city because people when they give my credits, this guy writes for everybody. Right. Denzel Washington, Jesus, Gandhi's last speech, give it up. I'm like, I didn't write so they give me too much.
Declaration of Independence.
I think it's because my Instagram is so fantastic, right? They think I'm rich. I'm like, don't judge me by this. These are pictures. So I've worked at a lot, but I've never really written people's stand-up. I've helped produce Jamie's stand-up. I give Kevin notes, but I don't write people's jokes. Right. When we have a film or a TV show and there's a production or an award show.
Like the NAACP Awards,
then I'm writing for them. Anthony Anderson, Tracy Ross, Taraji,
Okay, you said giving them notes.
Right.
Give me something. What are notes? What are you giving? Okay, you got Kevin Hart. Just say Jamie
So let's
Foxx.
say Kevin's, okay.
What are those notes?
So they may already have a premise. Right? I went to the T.O. Hatch podcast, and it was on the 14th floor, and the elevator went out, and I saw a rat, right? Whatever, to get some giggles.
Right.
And then I might try to figure out I'll add to it. And then the rat was a Crip, He had a blue bandana on. He said, "What's up, cuz?" I was like, "Yo, am I high or is this rather really a trip?" He said, "You know what time it is? They give me the wallet." So whatever it is, so
That's how comedy is created,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen. You don't know how good that was.
I don't even know if that was funny.
It was funny.
But a lot of
To
times,
come up off the dome,
there's a
that's funny.
misconception that we write the material for them. Many a times we help to embellish or to remind them of shit they did last night and forgot tonight. That's what happens when you end up writing, like, you know, Kevin has his guys, Harry and Joey. It's not like so much they're going, "Kevin, you should do this new material I wrote." Kevin has stories. Kevin has
Experiences that he's gonna bring.
He does it every night, and they're there going, "Last night you said plum. Tonight you said mango. Plum is funnier. Ah, thanks."
Now I'm going to use plum for the
yeah.
next 6 weeks.
Until it don't work, and then we try, you know, peach.
Right.
Right.
Because again, a lot of people don't understand, again, how to create this comedian or how to create an actor or just a character.
Right.
Right. But again, we're trying to get people who watch the show, trying to get
Right.
some in-depth.
So why I've been able to work is because I either came up with you or I watched you come up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know how to really write for T.O. I know how to write for him. I know what he thinks is funny.
Mm-hmm.
So when they give me notes, the network or whatever, I'm gonna say, T.O.'s never gonna say that.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's not.
Hatch is gonna love this, but you're gonna have to say plum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
And that's what I think. And the fact that I'm not afraid to tell them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not afraid to be the bad guy for you guys and go, "Listen."
Because you
know,
have experience. You know what you're looking at. Right?
And they trust me and they trust me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so where does that go next? And since you have all this information, all these
Right.
experiences, right? You're a seasoned veteran in the entertainment business, right?
Right.
Do you want to be a big time director? Do you want to be, okay, I like writing? Is there something specific that you want to do, or like
What's next for Chris Spencer?
So right now, I think when people say, "Who's one of the best hosts ever?"
Chris Spencer?
They say Chris Spencer,
They'll
right?
all- yeah.
Who's one of the best?
Matter of fact, I need you to
Really?
host something next week, actually.
Right.
But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at hosting.
Yeah,
right?
anything that people call up a host.
But when they say stand up, my name isn't mentioned in that world, right? They go, "He's
Right.
funny," but you have to do an hour special
to be a comedian,
to be known as a comedian.
Yes.
Just to
So
do a
yeah.
half hour, spots here, spots there, you open for him, But when you see a motherfucker put down an hour, then he now goes in the annals of your favorite comedian.
But what you could do an hour though. If you wanted
So
to.
that's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be shooting an hour. I don't know when this is coming out, but very soon.
There it is.
So when Kevin Hart got booted from hosting the Oscars.
Not booted. He decided not to do it.
Oh,
Right.
On his own.
I
Big
apologize.
difference.
I apologize. I misspoke.
Yeah.
He decided not to because of some
Right,
obviously,
right.
You know, his views on the LGBTQ community.
IA.
Yeah, everything, et cetera, et cetera.
VR, AR.
Yeah, well, you could have hosted the Oscars. So
Not
that could-
hosted the Oscars. No, I'm not
You're
Not
not
big enough.
big enough to host. No, I would have written for Kevin,
Right.
but they're not coming to me next.
Right. But again, that's a
But
different type of host.
So that's about. So yeah.
So you gotta remember, it's about who's hot.
right.
You know what I mean? It's not even about who's the biggest. It's like
Right,
who's
who's
hot
hot
right
at
now.
the moment.
Kevin is fired. You want eyeballs to come watch the Oscars, especially a show that's going downhill. You bring Kevin and his 125 million.
Who
whatever.
was his replacement? Was
They
it-
didn't-
Was
they-
it Cedric? Was
That
it
year?
No,
No, it's
they
not
didn't do anybody.
But could you have hosted the Oscars?
Absolutely.
Skill level wise,
Absolutely.
and be one of the best hosts ever.
Absolutely.
Definitely. But is it my turn? No. So until
makes
then,
it? Well, okay, so what makes it someone like you your turn? Like for me, like
$100 million at the box office and him being a lead in the
Heat.
movie, then he'll be,
Heat
he'll
and
be the
fame.
lead.
But I think you're good, though. That's
know.
how-
Your opinion doesn't matter.
right.
It's the 8 people or 10. I don't know who's deciding. That's what
Right.
he's saying. Right.
But there's gonna be people who want to watch the show, and because Chris is hosting, I'm not adding anything to it yet, whether I'm funny or not. You know what I
don't care
mean?
about that.
Okay.
There's some great dudes who want to be in the Hall of Fame, but they don't get to be in the Hall of Fame.
I
wanna be in the Hall of Fame.
I
I've been
feel
up-
like you're
T.
worthy of being a host
T.
Thank you.
of some of the people that I've seen host.
Yes, yes.
That's how.
Yes,
Right, my
talent-wise,
name
yes.
doesn't matter.
It's just
Can you
not
put me
ready.
Can you put me in the Hall of Fame?
For what?
See what I'm? You just laugh at that, but it's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's like
so there's levels to
I
this.
think I should be, but there's, like I said, there's levels.
There's levels. And when it's
I'm not
time, it's
against you
time.
being humble.
Yeah, no, I'm not even being humble. I'm being for
Everybody
real.
knows he's good.
So
though.
you're a realist. So that's what you should be. You should be a realist and understand that's my point. You should be a realist.
I'm in
All this was a setup to go back to you.
Why are you giving him that?
He put his hand out. I couldn't leave him hanging.
Okay. So since we're speaking of Oscars, I know it was a moment this year,
right?
And we have to talk about it
Yes.
because
See how I laid this up.
Thank you.
That boy good. He late, but he good.
He late, but he good. Right. So you got Chris Rock, good friends with for 20 plus. Will, 30 plus years. The moment. Give me the first. Again, I don't want your opinion on it yet. Just give me the moment on when you saw it. Like, what was going through your head? Was it real, fake? Like, what are my buddies doing?
Before you knew anything.
I was actually at Olivetta. I had hosted an event for the museum, the National Motion Pictures of Arts and Sciences over on Wilshire.
Just
And
like a
so
writer.
we left, right? And all of a sudden, it was just like on TV, we saw people's phones ringing around the restaurant.
Wow.
And we're like, I looked at
like a
mine, I
writer.
was like, yo.
Details.
story,
Yeah, details.
I go, yo, look at this. And then we saw it, and I was like, at first I thought, what are you finna do? Like, let's go. There's a joke,
Where's the punchline?
Where's the punch? And there was a punch and no line.
Yes, no line at all.
Yeah. And so I was shocked.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I think there's some history there that the world doesn't know about, that you and I may know
Underlying,
about.
yeah,
There's
history.
some other things why that happened. And I think they've since apologized and they're gonna work it out.
Right. Now, what's your definition of working out? Because there's people...
The octagon.
Kickboxing
No,
championship.
No, I don't know what work. I don't know if it's the red table talk, the black table talk.
Right. Because people are like, okay,
They should come on here and do it.
There it is.
I mean,
Will and
can you
Chris,
plug
we
us?
need both of y'all on the show.
TO. You don't be using your magic powers enough.
Sometimes you just gotta,
So what are you,
elbows,
did you reach out to?
Yeah, I reached out to both of them.
What's the response you got?
Chris Rock is like, hey man, right?
Hey man, I'm 5'6", 130 pounds. What am I supposed to do?
We didn't even talk. He just went like this, hey man. And I was like, oh, okay. But by the time I saw Chris, it was too late because the Dave Chappelle shit happened.
Yes.
So when I saw him, it was the night of the Hollywood Bowl incident.
Okay.
And so that's when I saw Chris. He was like, hey man. And I was like, I couldn't even get a chance to talk to him about his shit because of the new shit.
The new stuff, right.
Will and I have never talked about it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Will talks about it?
He has to.
I don't.
Even though he's in India or whatever, people are going, what did you do? Yeah. Why would you do such a thing?
Okay, but when he talks, is he gonna talk to media? Is he gonna talk to friends?
I don't know.
Because I think he's to the point like...
At some point, I'm sure whomever his PR team is...
You have to say something.
There will be a moment, and we don't know when that moment will be. He will address it.
Yeah.
I'm just
very
mad.
tactfully, just like Jada just tactfully
I'm mad.
addressed it without addressing it.
Right.
I'm still mad.
People know how funny he is.
I'm still mad because
He's one of the dudes that'll cut you and you don't know. He just walk by like this, be like,
don't say that because he might get jealous, dog.
Of who? Of this guy?
He might get jealous because you're not the only person that have sat there in these seats and said that I was funny.
Right.
And
he is the only. Well, actually, he's not because he hasn't said it yet. So nobody has ever said that.
Did you not hear just?
No, I did not hear that. I ignored
he was
it.
sleeping.
Anyway.
Sleeping over here.
So if...
I love this show.
I know, this guy. I personally don't think that he didn't beat him up. He didn't hit him 3 times. He wasn't on the ground bleeding. Like, all these things didn't happen. So the way the world is reacting like he's the worst person in the world,
right.
That's what I don't understand.
Right. I don't like how they're really characterizing
this moment.
It's the same guy. It's the same guys y'all loved and 500 billion at the box office, whatever, right? But now he does this one thing that they deem not to do something they would do, and now he's a bad guy.
Right. That's unfair.
The criticism is very out there. It's very
But it
heavy.
was a shocking incident.
Very shocking.
Right.
You know,
nobody really knew how to react to it.
Right.
It's equivalent to when I went to the Star.
Right.
There was nothing.
Did you know you were going to do that? That day?
Yes. but I didn't know when. I just knew I was going to do it at some
So if you didn't
point.
score that day, what would you have done?
I just would have done
Save it? You would have saved it, you think?
No, because it was for that moment. It was for the middle of the field because of, a couple of days before you go to the stadium.
What about the pom-poms?
That was impromptu.
It's just in the moment.
Yeah, it was just in the moment.
You like that, huh?
Is the pom-poms and the popcorn the same time?
No. The pom-poms are with the Niners.
Right.
The popcorn are with the Cowboys.
Yes.
So that
You
was
got
just
some
kinda
memorable moments.
I had one.
He's funny. What'd you do?
I didn't do. I don't know. I didn't do anything. I don't have one. I didn't score ever.
You don't have one NFL touchdown?
I knew. I was just trying to help.
I've seen you score.
I know. I
He
do.
has 6 more than you.
I have.
It was funny. I saw that game.
It wasn't supposed to be funny.
I'm not laughing. I just was saying.
No,
I
the
remember.
game wasn't supposed to be funny. I score. It's what I do.
I remember you scored. It was you were in Minnesota.
Here and there.
You have more than one touchdown.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. What's he talking about?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing. We've already had that discussion.
Yeah.
Anyway, go back to you're a comedian. You're
Right.
on stage. Does this change the whole dynamic?
Yes.
Okay, so now y'all ain't gonna really talk about people in the audience no more?
Well,
or-
no. It's just like while I'm telling my jokes, my head is on a swivel.
Yeah.
I'm like the Chucky doll. My shit could go all the way around to make sure people.
Nobody's coming up on stage.
And I've seen attempts at people doing a little too much and get handled or in audience. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so hopefully that will. I think the Dave Chappelle thing might deter people now because that was.
Yeah, he got whooped.
So I think, are you saying that Will gave, obviously, audience, bystander, the confidence to really go up on
I just
stage?
think it's a couple of copycat guys out
Always.
there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I haven't heard anything in weeks.
Right.
But I think there's a couple. Yeah, let me go.
I'm gonna do it too, because
So
I'm gonna
what is
get
the-
on.
So
yeah.
what is the state of...
Comedy right now.
Right, yes.
I think that kid getting his ass whooped made everybody go. You know what? I'm just gonna watch it from here.
I'm just gonna laugh. Go sit here and laugh.
And so because I've had a number of conversations about it. What is going too far for a comedian?
A heckler.
Because no, not yet for a comedian.
Right.
Because obviously it's your profession
Right.
to do jokes, this and that and the other. You're joking off experiences, obviously,
Sure.
but sometimes material. And for me, it's like, is there a fine line between going too far? Is it jokes or is it not jokes?
I
And I
guess
think
it-
that's where I think the world is right now to decipher, okay, because now you're trying to see, okay, if whomever the joke may be against, okay, well,
Right.
could be personal for them.
Right.
And you don't know that.
Right.
And that may trigger them to
Right.
take it personal. But for you, you don't know that it's a joke. So now as a comedian going on stage, are you now or other guys going up like
A little conscious?
Right, conscious of, is it too much? Is it not too much?
Thank you. It just you guys. Thank you.
I didn't see that.
I have
I'm
6
sorry.
down here.
I'm
brother.
sorry. My fault. I didn't see it.
You look a little dehydrated.
Yeah,
is
thank
what
you.
they're saying.
So it just depends on the comic. You know what I mean? And it depends on the audience. Like if you go see Corey Holcomb, you know what he's going to do.
Ooh, boy, he is.
Just like back in the day, if you go
Raw.
see Don Rickles, you can't be like, I can't be. He did an Asian joke. This is what he
see him.
does.
Right.
Now sometimes Corey's gonna be in a room that's not for Corey, and he's gonna get offended. But you got to know when he comes up there, this is the kind of shit he does.
You're subject to
There's
be...
gonna, there's people who are gonna do sex jokes and talk about religion and politics. You are in our space. You got to be able to realize that some shit might happen tonight that's gonna offend you.
Right.
Your
right.
goal is to not go on that stage and get your ass whooped. See if you can do that. So you're gonna be offended sometimes. I've sensed, man, just last week, I was on stage and I said something, this little girl got offended. I was like, oh, don't cancel me. I was just a joke. And she just made a little face. I was like, oh my God, here we go.
So
I started addressing people over here, and then she's still over here bickering. I'm like, Karen, these are just jokes.
So in a venue like this, prior to, do you guys ask or inquire about extra security, things of that nature now?
I mean, there's stuff that Chris Spencer doesn't do. I don't celebrity bash. You know what I mean? Because with our culture, I'm gonna see you. Ricky Gervais could do all that bullshit, and Sean Penn says, "Hey, you got me." I do a T.I. joke or a Snoop joke. They be like, "Hey, man." It ain't even about them sometimes. It's about other people wanting some cred, going, "I'll Chris up for you." You know what I mean? A cousin, a dude who don't know you, who's trying to just let T.O., homeboy did that joke about you. He ain't gonna be doing them no more.
He can't talk no more.
Him up. And you'd be like, I didn't want you to do that. Don't worry.
Wow.
Got you. So I never been one to do that. You know what I mean? And then I'm not gonna talk about, here's what's funny. I was gonna say I don't talk about people who are handicapped. Listen to this story. I'm at the Laugh Factory.
This is fun. Yeah, it's not funny, but
It's about to be funny.
Right, because there's some sensitivity.
Watch this.
And
so I'm at the Laugh Factory. I'm doing my show, and it's a little unruly. Sometimes, and I'm killing people. There's a kid in the back. He's a little
disabled
on the spectrum,
right.
And he's in a chair.
Okay.
He's yelling shit, right? I'm like, ha, 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 yeah. What about you? I'm killing everybody else. I'm shooting over him.
Missing on purpose.
I'm killing everybody around him.
Yes.
He's still yelling at
Can
me.
we not do? We're in a state of gun violence. That might be offensive to.
But go ahead.
This is water coming out, by the way. This is water. So, after the show, I'm in the lobby. He comes up. This is gonna be mean, but I gotta do it for the joke.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not laughing.
For lack of a better word, he rolls up on me.
No pun intended.
No pun. He goes. I go, hey man, how you doing? He goes, why didn't you talk about me? I go, what are you talking about? He says, you were talking about everybody else, and I don't know why I added this little handicap voice. He's also a little person. Why are you talking about me? So he said, why didn't you say something about me? I go, what do you mean? I go, you said everybody else was saying stuff, you were talking shit about them, him and him and him and him. You never said something about me. Why, am I not normal? Felt like shit. I was like,
I'm not laughing.
I said, I didn't see you. You saw me. I said, I'm sorry. He goes, yeah, you are sorry. I said, all right, don't get rolled out into the street on top of the bad news, okay? I'm sorry I didn't talk about your little handicap ass. And he started screaming when yeah, like that! Yo, he was mad at me because I tried to make him feel special.
Normal.
He's like, I'm not special,
I
I'm
don't want to
normal.
be felt that way. Right. So you can't win then. You can't win.
I guess, I don't know, it's just, it's tough for us. He got mad. That's what I'm talking about.
And just
Fold it off.
And peeled off. Pop the wheelie on you and everything.
Yep.
Wow. Well, again, that's the issue, right? Because again, some people are just sensitive.
Right.
And they should we tell those people not to come to the comedy shows? At this point, maybe.
I don't know about not come, but just know that this is a place where some of the things you think and never say may be said.
Yes.
Some of the stuff that's offensive to you may be said. So just know when you walk in these doors,
it's all on the
it's
table.
all on. I don't have any ailments.
So obviously this could be like sometimes with things that happen with Christian Will and obviously comedians, that could be a good or a bad thing. People are like, no, I'm not going to a comedy show, but then there's a good thing. It's like people are going to
That's true
comedy
too.
show.
Right, and I think since we've been through so much,
Yes.
and we're in a weird state of who can be offended and who cannot. I think comedy's making a comeback where it was
It was fading away. It wasn't dying.
Yes.
It was fading away.
What's
Because
the word?
everybody knew.
All holds barred. What's it called? No holds barred.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some things. Well, I don't know. Like before, gay jokes were a taboo.
Right. And now.
Right. But
They're starting to do them again.
Right.
But that's the thing. That's the tricky thing too, because they're so. You don't want to offend a community of people.
But you got to know how to do it.
You have to be tactful with in the delivery.
Well, the whole thing is you have to be funny, but not everybody's going to think that it's funny.
Right.
That's the whole point. The co-creator of Real Husbands of Hollywood, right, with Kevin Hart. Now, where did that idea come from? Was that you, Kevin?
That was me kind of going full circle to where we started. Kevin Hart is hosting the BET Awards.
Yep.
Jesse Collins, who was the EP, was like, we need something different to fill up some of this time. And Kevin and I kind of looked at each other because I think we had just joked about how our wives watch these reality shows, these housewife shows that we can't stand.
Right.
But when she tried to turn the channel, I'm like, hold on, I was like, what did he say? You know what I mean? And so we did it as a sketch, I think it was 2011, and then people went crazy. And then we started talking to the president, the people who ran BET.
Now define sketch for the audience, right?
A vignette, a short form, like in Living Color, Key and Peele, Dave Chappelle. This little.
So you shot it on 2 or 3 cameras, edited it down, right? To 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Usually less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
Like whatever. The Prince joke that Chappelle did, Fire Marshal Bill from A Living Color, whatever. These sketches. Little small 3-minute vignettes. So we did a 3-parter. They were like 1 minute and 30 seconds each. There was a runner throughout the show, and people went crazy.
Okay.
Then I told Stephen Hill, who was running scripted development over at BET at the time, that this needs to be a TV show. He said, yeah, you're right, but he wasn't doing anything about it. I was like, no, right now. And so we did. The next year, Sam Jackson was hosting. We did it again, and it went through the roof. People were signing petitions. There were fake Facebook pages, and they were like, yo, this needs to be on the air. And then unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt, the show came to fruition with myself and Kevin as co-creator, Ralph Farquhar as our head writer, and Stan Lathan and Chris Robinson, who did all the New Edition stuff. He did ATL. His list of credits go on. Became the main directors.
So tell the people what's the difference between a co-creator and your writer, but you also have a head writer.
So our head writer is the showrunner. Right? He is the liaison between the network and the studio and the writers. So his job is to make sure the writer's room is intact, the grips are intact, the lighting is intact, the catering is intact. Like, he has to run the show.
The whole show.
You know what I mean? I'm writing. I get the creative by credit because I created the original sketch, but we are going through him. He's telling us, he's dictating how this. He's delegating. I was his Scottie Pippen.
Right, he's delegating.
He's hired, because he came from Moesha. He came from the Proud Family. He was even on Modern Family. Like, this dude is a veteran in this thing called scripted television.
Right.
Married with children. So he is the guy we're looking up to, and this is who I'm looking up to later on do, bigger and better things. But we needed somebody like him.
Yep.
Because I remember I was pissed because me and Chris Robinson did the sketches. And we were like, why you gotta hire Ralph and Stan? Stan Lathan is Sanaa Lathan's father, who's directed everything from Beach Street to created Martin, Def Poetry Jam, Def Comedy Jam, whatever. And so we're like, we don't need them, it's us. And I remember the difference between what I could do and what Ralph could do. We wanted a Rolls Royce for the opening scene of Real Husbands of Hollywood. And they were like, hey man, all we can get is a Range Rover. And I was like, well, we'll just get a And Ralph was like, that. I want a black Phantom.
Right.
And they're like, okay. And I was like, oh, we can do that? That's what a showrunner could do. He said, don't tell me about the budget. I know the budget. I know every line. We need a black Phantom. Convertible now that you pissed me off.
Makes it happen.
Me, I would have cowered. I'm just like, oh, okay.
I'll take a Toyota.
What's that new Camry look like? You know what I mean?
So will you do that? Will you be a showrunner?
No.
Possibly? Okay, not your thing.
No. I want to.
You want to create.
Seems like the showrunner makes a lot of money.
They make a lot of money.
They make the big bucks.
I'm a creator, but I want to get back in front of the camera again. I love directing. I love directing for sure. But like, if we were in a cafeteria and comedians are over here and Shonda Rhimes and Kenya Barris are over here, like, I'm going to drift towards Kevin and Earthquake and David Arnold and Buddy. Like, this is my fraternity. I dabble over here. Like, hey, y'all good? What's up? All right, look. Oh, you got the little Twinkie? Okay. And then I'm going to go eat lunch with Tiffany Haddish and Wanda Sykes. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's my crew.
Right.
This is great. I don't want to be here.
Right, yeah.
My wife wants me here because this is comfortable.
Right.
This is comfortable.
But
I'm gonna get fat and start smoking cigarettes over here. Yeah. Over there, I could be in the streets. And,
So what do you want to do in front of the camera? What do you want?
I want to do the special.
1 hour special.
Right. I'm creating a special. I've already written a TV show about my life as the guy who I kind of am. It was called Trying Not to Be a Hater. So what happens is when
because
you're
you were trying not to be a hater.
Right.
This is the biggest hater I know.
Right. Okay. So I'm trying not to be you. Right.
Yeah. You don't want to.
So
be
what happens is if he's pointing at you, so what happens is you're coming up with people and we all coming up.
Yeah.
Right. This dude ran a 4.6 in the combine. I ran a 4.3. Why the he goes up? Right. But I'm trying not to hate because that's my boy.
Right.
So when I see my friends getting things And then a lot of times,
that you feel
like
you're
even
deserving
he'll call, not necessarily deserving yet, but I should be there as well. Yeah. Like you've called me after an award show and go, did you write the joke about Al Sharpton?
Right.
And I'm like, people know my writing. Yep. And I'm on the side going, I should be out there telling it. So I just want to tell the stuff I wrote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm too cute for radio. So I actually want to be out there telling my jokes. So that's why I want to do a special, and I'm gonna do this show, Trying Not to Be a Hater, which is basically almost like my Black Larry David. You know what I mean? Where
That's the title of the show?
Trying Not to Be a Hater. It's either that or Envy. Something in that world.
I like the Try Not to Be a Hater. I like that.
It speaks to us.
Yeah, because
it gets to a point when you get idle, you'll be watching TV going, Barack Obama, what now? Now what?
Now what? But you go be the president of the United States?
Yeah, you really start to, I'm hating on my friends.
Yeah.
Kevin got another $100 million, like he needs it. You know what I mean? But I gotta go, why am I doing that? It's because I'm idle. I'm not doing what I really want to do.
Right.
And that's what happens with a lot of us.
Yeah.
You know, you find yourself being a hater for no reason.
I know. That's why I brought Hatch onto the show. You know what I mean? I just saw those hater tendencies.
You don't want me to get too indulged into haterism?
Hey, man. This boy's low-key a hater, dog.
So if y'all ran right now, what would happen?
Come on, really?
I would be hurt I'd pull up by 5 yards.
Okay.
I'd pull up. My hip would probably pop out of my skin, actually. And he would run a 4.9.
You can still run a 4.9 right now?
Yes.
Oh, you race some young kids.
You know he don't know nothing. 4.9, bro?
I'm like,
that's fast, right?
You're 63
He
years
probably
old.
can run a 4.9 over there.
4.9 is fast.
For who?
For a 50-year-old, right?
Man,
You 48?
get out of here.
How old are you now?
48.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
still good.
Man, I'm running a
What you think you can run right now?
4.4.
You can run a 4.
He can't run no
4.
4.4.
I've been waiting on it. We said this some episodes back. He hasn't approached me
You
yet.
still can dunk.
Yeah, I just dunked last night.
Cookies.
Hey, he don't want to put that money up, dog.
I did
I'll put
I
up some
took
money.
your money already.
That I can't?
Run a 4.9.
4.9. He can't do it. Chris, I'm with you. I'll bet with you.
But I
took his
can't
money.
run under a 4.5.
I took his money already. I took your money already.
You know what you should do for shits and giggles? You should go an NFL tryout.
Hey,
And we shoot it.
first of all,
Until you
I
tear your
came
ACL.
straight off a plane and raced and ran it.
What'd
and
you
it wasn't
clock
by
out?
much. I ran a 4.4 after that, but when I ran, the second time I ran a 4.4. The first one, straight off the plane, stretched a little bit, but ran. It was 4.5, right at 4.5.
It was 4.50.
Yeah.
I timed it.
Yeah.
But I also won the bet, so I didn't care.
So I mean, but
Well then,
like I said,
no bet.
No bet.
That's
but
amazing.
he still feels that I can't.
But
do it.
that was 3 years ago. He's older now.
I'm faster now.
Maybe we can bet again.
Faster now?
Yeah, I'm faster
No,
now.
he's not.
Trust me.
What is your workout?
I just eat healthy.
He's lying to you.
Yeah, I mean,
He's lying
It's
to
all
you.
genetics.
He always, I don't really work out. I just look. I wake up like this. I wake up.
Shape too.
I maintain. No, he looks in shape. Ain't nothing
It's
in
for
shape.
TV.
Ain't nothing shape about him.
I'm in shape
Only
for
thing
TV.
in shape is that lineup he got up there. That's the only thing. That's it. Chris, that's it.
I'm looking at him.
He's a like I said, hater.
Hey,
Take him with
You can
him.
run a mile right now.
What?
I can't even
A
walk
mile in what, 2 days?
You can run a mile?
I think if
You
I
can
had
run a
to,
mile if you had to?
it'll hurt.
Yeah, it'll hurt. Yeah, I couldn't.
Somebody gave
walk.
$1,000, you can run a mile.
I could walk. I couldn't run. I
What,
literally-
Bro, he's in
You
bad
had,
shape.
you had no
bro.
major
Yeah,
injuries?
My hip is all.
Boy, that boy
You
got
a German Shepherd? What kind of hip?
Yeah.
You got dysplasia?
I'm a horse.
You're a great
I'm a
day.
racehorse.
Hey, man.
We gotta take you out back. I can't
He
get
got
to
a
shoot that.
75-year-old body.
Really?
What?
He looks fantastic.
That's all that matters.
In a suit too.
You feel me? That's all that matters, buddy. Hey,
will
so
dress up
since you
every
know
now and then.
since you know the comedy space, you gotta give us your top 5 comedians of all time before you get up out of here.
This is yours. I mean, you're not
You're a
offending
professional.
anybody.
Richard Pryor.
That's one.
Yeah, he's popular amongst, because we had some other
That's
guys.
the GOAT.
Yeah, that's the GOAT from what I hear. I know you're gonna put.
I got one that you're gonna say absolutely. He gonna go, really? But I'm gonna save it to last. So this is Chris Spencer's GOAT.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is
Chris Spencer's top
These are the
5
dudes I
goats.
look up to and go, I wish I would have thought of that. That's how I think of
That's
this.
how you know, right?
Richard, David,
Dave Chappelle,
Chris Rock,
Chris Rock,
Damon Wayans.
Damon. That's
You ready for this one?
yes.
Who am I gonna say right here? And nobody knows it but me, you, and him.
Jamie Foxx.
No, not Jamie.
Jamie could be. Jamie
just
could be
doesn't
number
do
2.
comedy. He just doesn't-
Jamie could be number 1 or 2 if he really.
Wanted
If
to do
Jamie wasn't as rich as he was. Because there's no better storyteller, singer, performer. He is Sammy Davis sophomore. Do you hear me? He can sing, rap, dance in just one show. Yeah. Jamie could be number 1.
If he prioritized.
He's not prioritized. He just got so much other shit going on.
But I'm saying if he
Blame it on the goose.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gonna say Martin?
No. You're not gonna guess.
I thought you weren't gonna put. I always put Damon in my top 5.
Damon, because that's he taught me
right.
basically.
He deserved to be in the top 5.
It's hard to do a top 5. You know what I mean? Because I still am. Who am I gonna say that nobody knows?
I'm not.
That makes you tear up.
Chris Spencer,
That's a given.
Daryl Heath.
Absolutely.
Daryl Heath is top 5.
Daryl Heath.
Yes.
This mother
He's-
dude.
Daryl Heath,
Listen,
where are you at
That's
right
my documentary. Where the Daryl Heath?
Where's Daryl Heath? He's one of the best comedians.
You remember Daryl?
If you seen his face,
Daryl, you remember in Woo?
every show he did, Chris did Daryl.
Remember?
Heath.
Okay, here we go. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking juice in the hood. Remember that?
No.
I played Preach, who loved the ugly white girls with Sean and
He's
Marlon
like,
Wayans,
"Excuse
who was
me,
a
can you
gangster.
tap that white girl right there? Remember he played that character?
I gotta go back and see it. I gotta go back.
I'm telling you, he's one of the best comedians ever.
He's your favorite comedian's favorite comedian.
Man, hush
Tone
your
Rock
mouth.
uses that moniker, which he is as well. But back in the day, Daryl Heath,
Yeah, he's a
What?
killer. He's a killer.
he's the truth.
Yeah.
Get out of
He's
here.
like the dude when Allen Iverson goes home. This dude drags Allen Iverson.
Yes.
And you go, how come you don't play in the league? And there'd be some other shit.
Yeah, I know.
He's incredible.
Yes.
God. Wow.
I know you can't catch, so.
What?
In terms
yeah.
of females,
Yeah, let's go top 5
Yeah,
females.
let's.
so let me tell you who could be number 1.
Let's give the
Go-
ladies.
go Tets.
Because we're always talking about
Right.
men. Let's give the ladies some shine. Because I got not a few, but a couple. I know like some more. Woo,
She's in there.
boy.
Banger, yeah, banger, go ahead.
Wanda Sykes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I want you guys to go see Gina Yashaway. She's
Really?
on that show, I Heart Abishola. She helped create that show.
Really? Okay.
Gina?
Jesus Christ.
Killing.
She's from England.
Oh, so she's killing.
Nigerian.
What was the
fucking
what was her name
monster.
again? Gina Hotchaway.
Gina Yashaway. It's spelled
Yashaway.
Yashere.
Yashaway.
Okay.
Gina Yashaway.
Okay, that's 3. Okay.
You cannot judge her by
Her last.
whatever shit's been in the media.
Right.
But if this mother focused, Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany.
If she's like a Jamie. She could do too much.
Anything. Right.
I'm gonna tell her to do her next special off the top of her head.
Wow. You just
Really?
walk up on stage and run it for an hour.
Just run it. Run that.
But that's
Run
what.
that.
And I'll just yell shit to her.
But some of the-
freestyle rap.
But
Speak
some-
Japanese.
But some of the best shows in comedy have just been
Off the top of the head.
When we went to Sacramento and Fox did like.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, dog, he just killed it.
Jamie's-
like a half hour, 45
Jamie is
minutes
like
straight.
he's like one of the
Best.
best.
Yes.
I remember when I just been one of my first times in LA. This is when he had the house in Topanga Canyon.
Yeah.
And we were going to the club.
I've never been there, babe.
And we were leaving this house.
When we take a
were going
right
to
out to Burger King, that one you never been to.
We were going to the club, and we was in it was like a Cadillac or whatever it was. And he was in there just talking, just cracking jokes.
he's the best
And dude,
story.
I ain't gonna tell a lie, dude. I was in tears.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm talking about stitches.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is like for me, I'm from Alabama, you know, just watching this guy on TV, and like I'm in Hollywood and I'm hanging out. You know, I'm actually hanging out with him. And just to be in the present, just to hear this dude, like it would, like you said, it wasn't scripted. He was just being himself, and I was in tears.
Just go.
Dope.
So I guess equivalent to Heath. Then
Daryl Heath, yeah.
Daryl
Well,
Heath.
and Chris is on that list as well. We've been at the Laugh Factory many
not
a
that
nights.
funny. He's not that
and
funny
you just
to me. He's not that funny.
really?
Me?
No.
I'm right here.
He's our guest. He's our guest.
Oh, he is.
Right
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Oh, that Chris.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Not
about Chris
Thomas.
Shields or something. Yeah,
Not
Chris
Thomas, Mayor of Rap City. No,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Me.
Oh, this guy. No, this guy is funny.
There's so many. You really can't do a top 5. Did we finish the women?
No, we
No.
got 4 women. Tiffany Haddish
Gina
was 4.
Yashaway, Wanda Sykes, and some more,
And
and
Tiffany
Tiffany Haddish.
Haddish.
We have one more. See how good my memory is? I ain't got CTE.
You look like it though. But go
all right.
ahead. Female.
There's 2 women that are coming up that are we're about to be out of here. So I'm gonna have to give them a 4A and B. Is that okay?
Okay, we'll give it one.
5A
one
and
of
B.
them.
5A and B.
Okay.
Is Ambria Allen.
Okay.
Ambria Allen, where is she?
She's in LA. She's from Bakersfield.
Okay.
She's a professor at UCLA. She's
I
genius.
saw she's out of Chicago. She was hilarious. I can't think about
There's
her
so
name.
many funny people. You
Right.
gotta remember, this is my...
Yeah, you haven't seen everybody in the world,
Because I'm a writer, so I like
obviously.
people who write. There's better people. There's a lot of great performers.
Yes,
You know
there's
what I
a
mean?
difference.
But just I talk about if they were on, I stay here to watch them. And Zainab Johnson.
I don't know who that
She's
is.
on a show called... I always
Zainab?
blow it.
Zainab Johnson?
There's a new show about the internet. She used to have a bald head.
The black lady? With
Yes.
with the accent.
No.
That's the, there's an
She-
Australian African
Used to be a
chick.
bald head. So not Lathan.
That was for a part.
Jada Pinkett.
Stop it.
Keep Will Smith's wife's name out your mouth.
Mouth.
Out your mother.
Keep Will Smith's wife's name out your mother.
Oh, we have to cut that. Make sure we cut that.
No, we're not.
At all.
No, we're gonna put that
He'll
on
laugh at
TikTok, like all the other stuff.
He'll laugh at that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you cut anything, cut my gay joke out if you're gonna cut anything. Yeah, I don't want you guys to get canceled at the same time I get canceled.
I'm used to getting.
We all
canceled.
idle
Yeah.
at the crib, chilling.
I mean, you just
You
gotta,
just got back.
put your armor on, man.
You
Put your
do.
armor on.
Amaral.
She's very funny, but there's so many funny people. Have
Yes.
you seen Earthquake's last special?
Yeah.
Woo! I was in the room.
Shit,
dog.
People
have you
are in
seen it?
shock, though.
No, I know.
They don't
I
know him like we know him.
I know, like, Earthquake
dude,
been killing.
I was in the bed the other night crying.
Dion Cole,
Yes.
Monster.
Man, I called myself in to just go to bed. And I said, I saw the special that came on Netflix. It just popped up, one of the top shows. I was like, that's my dog. I'm like, I gotta watch it. Dude, I was in there wiping
Tears.
my tears off of with my sheet.
I'm gonna tell you two other people you didn't think about. David Arnold has a new one coming out, but his old one, Fat Ballerina, on Netflix is incredible.
Okay. David Arnold.
Ali
Shout out.
Sadiq out of Houston.
Yes.
He has one on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes.
Yo, I was like,
Killer.
I need to go back and rewrite my
I
shit.
gotta get back in the gym.
Comedy show, man.
Some
I
great
mean,
story. I got 4 shows this week. You can come to any one of them you want to.
Where?
Matter
Right
of
here.
fact, Thursday night,
Man, I want to go. I just with so much stuff going on, man.
I'm at the Comedy Store 4 times this week.
Yeah.
I'm at this other place called Supernova in Hollywood this week.
Comedy Store.
And then Thursday night,
Sunset.
this will be better. You could bring whoever y'all dating this week to this new
Which
spot.
one you bringing, Hatch? Y'all got. Which one are you bringing, Hatch? Hey, Hatch, which one are you bringing?
Yeah. So, I don't know when this is gonna come out, so this ain't really for this.
You cut that.
But there's a new restaurant called Verse
Yes.
on Lancashire. It's
Okay.
sexy, it's incredible. Robin Thicke is doing a residency there every other Thursday or something. So this Thursday, I'm gonna open up for Robin Thicke.
Okay. Okay. That sounds like fire.
Thursday at Verse.
Thursday at Verse. Get a
Verse.
reservation.
What time?
7-ish, 7:15, 7:30, something like that.
Thursday.
Awesome.
Verse.
It's sick.
I gotta check it
Some
out.
guy who owns a music studio, people go next door, Beyonce, all these people to do shit, and I guess they wanted to go eat, and then he said, I have a restaurant next door. It's
Smart.
beautiful.
Smart.
I'm sorry.
Well, Chris Spencer, tell everybody where they can find you as far as social media.
You can find Chris Spencer on Instagram at
Santa Monica.
The real Chris
Hollywood.
Spencer. Right next to your little brothel.
Next door.
I just got I've been hacked, so I just got my thing back. Instagram, the real Chris Spencer. I don't do Twitter. Some of your audience is older, right? So on MySpace, Chris Spencer, and then and those are some of the people that were in jail. And then AOL Black Voices, Chris Spencer.
Lipstick Alley, Chris Spencer. Well, thanks, bro, for coming on.
There you have it,
on,
Chris
man. We appreciate it.
Spencer.
I know you're a busy man, writer, director, comedian, actor.
What's the name of my
all
show?
that. Real Husbands of Hollywood. Yeah.